I think there's a trampoline world that opened, and it used to be a Regal, so they turned it into an AMC, didn't make the theater better in any way, just turned it into an AMC, made the other half a trampoline world. So hopefully the teens will be trampolining.
Like a
Right, of
Sky
course.
Zone.
Yes.
Wow. A half theater, half Sky Zone.
I'm picturing one of those like church conference rooms where they just have like the shitty divider between it, and there's just like a movie playing, and then there's kids bouncing on the other side, and it's only divided by.
It is more separate, but the glass is clear, so you can see, like, I haven't seen a child trampolining, but theoretically, I think you can.
You can see the children, and the children can see Asteroid City. They're like bouncing up and down. They're catching every third second of Asteroid City.
They're like, what is going on? This
huh.
movie sucks. I was
What?
like,
This
well,
movie's-
I was like, it does suck, but I would know.
I would know. You keep interrupting me.
Yes.
Yeah, the trampoline movie theater is like, you know, that classic AMC experience, or like you're sitting there watching The Boy and the Heron, and you could hear like the Beyonce movie through the next wall. It's that, but trampolines. It's that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But springs
So.
of trampolines, or maybe the trampoline kids can hear Asteroid City, can hear the Marvels piped in.
Beyonce. That would be, I would trampoline to Beyonce.
Oh yeah, that's like actually a fantastic idea. I think there's like sort of an interactive market here that just needs a little bit more tweaking, and then it's golden.
Yeah, we got great ideas here.
Yeah, you could absolutely capture a demographic if you had Swifty trampoline nights,
Yeah.
Bay Hive trampoline nights, right?
They
And,
probably
now,
have this. They probably, and I just don't
They have to.
know about it.
Not
I don't
tapped
remember.
into trampoline, world,
Culture.
and I just talked about how my ankle kind of hurts, and that's mostly why.
I was just thinking about that. The idea of my 31-year-old ass like jumping around Sky Zone. I'm like, he's not walking out of there with both feet. There's no way. Every knee is making it out of the Sky Zone alive. No way.
Yeah, you need an ibuprofen, little
You just
those
thinking
little
about
turnstile machines.
I'm pre-gaming with ibuprofen. You have like little shot cups, shot glasses, but they've got a couple of like ibuprofen pills in there.
And some Pedialyte for
Yeah.
Yeah,
electrolytes.
you gotta stay hydrated.
One
Not
That's-
too hydrated
One
because
thing
You're
about
gonna fall
me
apart.
is I always have wanted to be better at trampolining than I am. I've always wanted to have more endurance than I do. And I always go on it and I'm having so much fun for like 5 minutes. And then suddenly I'm like so exhausted. And I'm like, what is my body doing that's causing this to happen? And then I have to kind of play it off like still having fun. And this has been true since as early as I can remember. I've like loved the feeling of being on a trampoline until like 5 minutes pass, and then I'm suddenly like, I am not an athlete and I'm not built for this. I don't know what muscles are causing me to fatigue, and I feel terrible and I can barely breathe.
Yeah, what are the trampoline muscle groups? This is what, yeah. Another
Yeah.
of our boutique trampoline nights. Trampoline as fitness for old people.
Anatomy and phys class on the trampoline.
Absolutely. That's how I justified the field trip to Sky Zone for my kids. They're learning physics. Go ahead.
Projections could be cool though. I think projections in a sky zone could be cool.
Like you're jumping around an environment, you have heaven up at the very top, of course, or like scenes from, I don't know, like the Lord of the Rings or whatever, and you're jumping through battles from the Lord of the Rings. I don't know, it could be pretty sick.
There's something here. It would have to be short though. It would have to be under 5 minutes for me. But
Yeah. But going to Sky Zone to learn like physics reminded me of a dormant school memory of mine when I was in the gifted education program in Warrenton, Missouri, where we were going
flex.
through some kind of architecture unit with this teacher that I really, really hated, my high school gifted education professor. And we were going through an architecture unit, and he took us all to Six Flags, but we could only draw the architecture of Six Flags. We couldn't get on the rides. We couldn't hang out with Bug Bunny. We could only draw what we saw at Six Flags.
that's
I was mad.
so
Wow.
weird and
That
so
was weird.
expensive.
and very far away, not a short drive from where we lived. And it was like, cool. You get to draw the exterior of the Batman ride, where your feet are dangling down as you're going through the Joel Schumacher themed Batman ride at Six Flags St. Louis. You can draw that. You can draw that experience, but you can't live it. Don't get in there. No, no, no.